I'm mentioning this because we here at the station have just developed our brand new time machine, as you can see here. Today, we'll be traveling back thousands of years into ancient Persia so that we can interview kings, merchants, and warriors of the time. Travel back with us as we begin a brand new adventure. I think I'm gonna hurl. This looks like ancient Persia to me. It's hot and sunny and sand everywhere. Okay. It is hot. Okay, so we seem to be here in ancient Persia, where the palace should be somewhere around here. I don't see the palace. We should be at the palace doorstep. I don't know what happened. Maybe if we go this way, Our first citizen, excuse me, miss?
Yes?
Could you give me directions to King Cyrus's palace? Oh, and can you tell us a little bit about the economy here in Persia?
Sure, but it's gonna cost you.
Cost me, what do you mean?
You're gonna have to buy one of my pots.
Fair enough. I'll buy one of your pots.
Okay, I'll answer your questions.
So, can you tell me a little bit about trade here in Persia?
Well, our roads promote trade by land, and by sea, we search for natural resources and trade markets. We go from the Persian Gulf to Egypt, and so that we can export gold, silk, and silver.
Very interesting. What about the jobs that the people here have?
Well, our farmers grow wheat and barley, and they raise the cattle, goats, and sheep, and our craftsmen create our beautiful art pieces like jewelry and clothing. And then you have the merchants like me who sell the items.
Socially, can you tell me about how the class system works?
Well, you have the king and the royal family at the top. Then there's the priests who perform sacred rituals, and the aristocrats they consist of the council members. Then you have the traders and the craftsmen in the middle. And then finally at the bottom, you have the peasants and the slaves.
Interesting. Do you think you could tell me where the palace is?
Oh yeah, it's over there.
Thank you for this interview.
Yeah, no problem. Wait, your pot!
So, we finally arrived at Cyrus the Great's palace. Let's go inside and greet the king himself. Oh, wow. Very extravagant. Oh. Greetings, King Cyrus.
Greetings. What are you doing in my palace?
Oh, well, I don't know if you may have realized, but we have our advanced technology that you definitely haven't seen before. And we come from the future, where we have come back to interview you about your life and your accomplishments and maybe a few of your failures.
Okay, exactly what is an interview?
Well, what we're going to be doing is asking you a few questions about things that have happened in your life and all the things that you have done or may come to do.
All right, sit down. We can start this interview.
Thank you. So, tell us, Great Cyrus, when did you come into power?
Well, you see, I came into power around 550.
550? From where I come from, that's a very long time ago. Tell me about the amazing events that happened during your rule.
Well, you see, 1 year after I came into power, I went to Asnages. I defeated my grandfather in battle, and I conquered their land.
Defeated his own grandfather in a war and conquered his grandfather's land. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you. And then after that, I went to Lydia, and I conquered the Lydian Empire. I mean, I'm not bragging, but conquering a whole empire, that's pretty cool.
That is incredible, I will say.
And then after that, I wasn't done conquering. So I went to Babylon, I conquered their land, but I was feeling a little sympathetic. And I thought, all these captive Jews, they want to go build their Holy Land. So I said, sure, why not? You guys can go build your Holy Land. So after I let them go build their Holy Land, you'll never guess what they started doing to me. They started referring me as the Messiah, or like the Son of God or something. I mean, that's pretty great. It made me feel amazing. I don't know where that Cyrus the Great comes from, but if I had to take a shot, I think it's probably that.
Wow. Cyrus the Great, Heart of Gold. But could you tell us any failures that you may have had during your reign as king?
Well, you see, I don't think I have failures as a king. But I mean, if in the future I happen to die, maybe, I guess that could be a failure to the citizens because everybody looks up to me.
King Cyrus, everyone. Thank you very much for the interview. So, King Darius II, can you tell us when you started your reign as King of Persia and maybe a few of your accomplishments and failures?
What is that?
Oh, this is a microphone. It lets us hear. It lets everyone watching hear you louder.
I don't care who's watching or who wants to hear. I don't want any of your alien technology near me.
Okay.
Put that down.
It's fair enough.
Now.
Okay. It's down. Just
restate your question.
can you tell us when you started your reign as king and what sort of accomplishments and failures you made during your reign?
I started as the great king around 528. And see, I thought the citizens needed better and more well-organized trade routes. So that's exactly what I gave to them. I also looked at the Nile River as a necessity for the Persian Empire. So I connected it to the Red Sea because I thought it would be more beneficial if it was connected to a larger body of water.
Yes, of course. That makes a lot of sense. If you could just maybe you could repeat that into the mic this time.
I said,
Okay.
put it down.
Yes, King Darius. It's on the ground. I won't pick it up again. I promise. Do you think that you could maybe tell us about your campaigns and maybe the places you conquered?
Well, I did actually have an embarrassing defeat at the Battle of...
I think we would call it as the Battle of Marathon against the Greeks, correct?
Are you insulting me?
No,
Are you saying
I just didn't know.
failed
No,
at
I
the
just
Battle
didn't
of
know facts.
Marathon?
I don't know. You didn't seem to know what you were saying. I'm sorry. Continue, please.
Yes.
Against the Greeks. Persians versus the Greeks, yes.
The Persians against the Greeks. That war is still going on. I believe the Persians will win because every day we are fighting that war, and every day I have the fear that I might actually die or be assassinated by someone from Greece.
Greek.
You kind of look like an assassin to me.
Makes you think I'm an assassin.
Are you in here to kill me?
No, of course
Because
not.
any assassin that comes after Darius,
I'm just here to ask
will
questions.
meet the end of this blade.
I'm just here to ask questions. That's all. I
don't care about your questions. I want you and your alien technology out of my palace now. And I don't want to ever see it again.
Can we just finish this interview?
No! Out!
Let's go.
Now!
Let's get out of here. Now. Salutations, great King Xerxes.
What are you doing in my palace?
Well, Your Highness, my associate and I have come from thousands of years in the future. We're oracles, and we have come back to ask you questions about your life's greatest achievements and some of your worst failures. Do you think you could tell us more about that?
Well, of course. If it's for oracles, why not?
Very well. Please, tell me, when did you begin your rule as king of all Persia?
Well, you see, I came into power around 485, after my father, Darius.
Darius, we actually just came back from an interview with him. We have this magical machine that lets us go back in time. Please continue.
Well, you see, the same year I came into power, I destroyed Babylon.
Destroying Babylon? We've heard very similar stories from our past interviewees. Please continue.
Well, you see, 5 years after, I thought it would be a good idea to send my naval fleet against Greece's naval fleet. But unfortunately, we were defeated and we lost a lot of men.
Very unfortunate. Please, tell us more.
Well, that same year, at the Battle of Thermopylae, I sent my Persian army against only 300 Spartans, and they proved to be one heck of a fight.
I can imagine. Spartans were great warriors from our time.
You call them great warriors, I think they just got lucky. Now, that same year, I made a lot of preparations to invade Greece's mainland. But shortly, a year after, my Persian forces were stopped by Greek forces, and we lost many men. Now, as my rule as king, I have made a lot of failures. A lot of bad decisions were made on my part. But if I don't end up dying soon, I think many accomplishments are to come.
Fair thinking, King Xerxes. Thank you for this amazing interview.
No problem.
Hey, is Xerxes out there?
The king? Yeah. I just interviewed him.
What?
We're oracles from the future, and we came back to time to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So, if I can ask you a few things?
Yeah, come sit.
Perfect. If you could just talk into this, please. So, can you tell me a little bit about who you are?
He didn't tell you about us?
Tell us about what, no?
Oh, well, we have a thing going on, but whatever.
Oh.
I'm Artemisia, and I'm in charge of the Persian Navy.
The entire Persian Navy.
Yeah.
Well, commonplace in history, women don't have such amazing privileges and honors such as Admiral of the Navy. Can you tell us a bit more, please?
Yeah, of course. Well, in Persia, women are highly honored, and there's many goddesses that people worship, widespread. Women get to own land, we can get divorced, we could be a lawyer, we could be a judge. If the king ever passed away, a woman could take the throne. There's cities in Persia that are just run by women and with full women armies. During religious ceremonies, we're allowed to be there. We can even run them as being a priest.
Well, religious ceremonies, can you tell me a little bit about more of those?
Yeah, we believe in Zoroaster, which is the belief in one God, and it was highly
Wait,
influenced.
can you repeat that, please? Zoroaster?
Yeah, Zoroaster.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's highly influenced by Judaism and Christianity, and like I said, it's a belief in one God, and we just believe that people have the free choice to believe in like doing the right thing or doing the wrong thing, like right and wrong and truth and telling lies, just being a good person.
Wow, that's very interesting. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us?
Well, I don't know if you know, but right now we're in Darius the First's palace.
Oh, of course, Darius the First. Your father-in-law is at prison.
Yeah, he started building this palace, but then he died. But it's okay because Xerxes finished building it in 46.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. Question before you leave: is this place gonna still be around in like the future?
Well, this Greek general named Alexander the Great, he comes in here and he destroys everything except the palace. The palace will stay.
Wait, what?
No. Bye.
Wait, no!
Thank you for joining Channel 7 News on this exciting adventure into Persia back then. Good night.